G'day friends, it's Vicky here and welcome to our Across the Waves, where Robbie and myself share a theme each month with you. And November is all about thank you cards. So what I thought we'd do is a bit of a fun fold, and I'm going to be using the Wisteria Lane Papers from Uniquely Creative. Okay, just for something a little bit different. I'll just make sure I've got everything straight before we start. Now, I think this fold is called a side split. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. So I've got my base card, and what we want to do is cut down one side. So you can do this side or you can do this side. I always tend to do things to the left. I don't know why, but that's just me. So we'll bring in our paper trimmer, and we're going to place it on our board, like on our trimmer like that, at the 1 inch mark or 2.5 centimetres. And we're going to cut from our score line, where we folded our card in half, down, right down here to the end. Actually, what I want is 1.8. Oh, 1.8, 1 1/8. Okay. Just to make it a little bit easier for us. So I'm just going to cut from the bottom up to that score line. Just like that. So you've got that. Now, as I said, you can do it either side. Okay? So we'll get rid of, oh no, we don't. We still want this. And then what we're going to do is do our layers. So, I've got our papers. I've just kept the paper very subtle. Well, actually, it's probably the only piece I've got left. So, and then we're going to cut our cardstock. Now, I've got 2 pieces, one for the inside and one for the outside. So, we're going to use the shorter piece for the outside, and I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch around all the sides. So I want to cut this piece at 7/8. So let's hope I've done that correct, and that looks pretty good. And by rights, this piece, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. 4 3/4, and this piece should be where's our card? Where is our card? 4 3/4. This piece should be about right. No. I need to cut it back a little bit more. So it should be 4 1/2. Okay. Which is about 11.4. And hopefully, oh, wrong piece. And that's about what we wanted. Okie dokie. So now what we'll do is we'll cut our paper. So we cut our, this is gorgeous drape. So we've cut it at 7/8. I want to cut it at 3/4 now. I know it's correct with a long way up and down. You know what I mean. So that should be okay. But we'll just test it. Yeah. I've only left a little narrow border around these 2 pieces. So that was 4.5. We want this piece 4 3/8, which is about 11.1. Okay, centimetres. Just means I just cut the original piece too wide. That's all. So we'll put these pieces together now. Okay, we'll do all our layering. And we've just got a narrow border around all the sides. Probably needs to come up, whoops, too far over. Just like that. And we'll do this piece too. I like to match my papers. If there's a pattern, I like to match the patterns in. I like to keep my patterns matched in. Not that you can really notice it on this piece anyhow. So that's done. Okay. And while we're here, we will do our envelope as well. And our inside of our card. Now I've got a couple of strips left over. So this could be our envelope, because you've got to have matchy-matchy. And we'll put that down this side, left side. I always leave a little narrow border, but you don't have to. Oh. We'll just trim that little excess bit off. Better to have it too long than not long enough. And we'll put this leftover bit down the side of our card. Actually, no, we won't, because we're going to chop this. Okay, so we'll do that later. So what we're going to do is stick this piece to the left side. Now if you cut it from the right side, that's okay as well. Because some of us like it different sides. Okay, and then this one goes on here like that. Okie dokie. Okay. Then I grabbed a couple of pieces from our Creative Cuts. This comes with the card kit collection, and you've got a whole heap of die cuts in here. I do have fussy cut images as well that I've cut from some of the pieces of paper, but I've already dug them out. And what we're going to use, because they're a thank you card, I found this in the kit, so we'll use that. That one. We'll use the leaf, I think. And it's got a teapot and a teacup, so we'll use that as well. And we've also got some silver bling, and we've got a little bit of ribbon, so we might use those. We'll definitely use that, and we'll probably use these too. So what I'm thinking is, first up, we're going to chop this in half. I'll just bring in a little trimmer. We want it smack bang in the middle. I like that, you can get 2 lots out of that. We're going to pop this up. So we'll bring in a couple of dimensionals. just like that. Put that down there like that. I don't think I'll press down yet. I think we'll just leave it sit. Then I think we'll put this one to the side like here. So we need to pop I'm just trying to cover up. That's better. So we'll pop this up. Oops, there's a little bit I didn't push out there. Doesn't want to go. Okay, so we're going to pop this up. I don't want them along the bottom because, excuse me, we're actually going to glue part of the bottom bit down. So I'm probably using too many dimensionals, but it doesn't matter. I think we'll do it just like, I've got all these off. I think we might just set that just there like that. Actually, what we might do, I'm going to bring it down and over to the side a little bit. That'll give us more room this side, on the right side. Okay. Just like that. And then this one, I'm thinking we might put this to the side like here. Push it in like that. Yep. So we might pop this up. We'll pop it all up, eh? I've got to finish that side panel off too, so I might do that before we stick this down. So let's finish this side panel off. So once we've cut our side and decorated it, put our layers on, now you can adhere images over that or whatever you want. Add a little bit of ribbon. If you don't have your DSP or pattern paper, you can emboss this panel if you wanted to. So we'll just stuck that down like that, and then what will happen is this side will pop up. Okay, so now we can put our image on here. I just want it like that, I think, so that it covers this little space at the same time. Not going to work, I don't think. There. Although I've covered up that little teapot, we don't want to cover that up. Okay, I'll get this. No. actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that like that, and we'll fix that middle bit up. I don't want that showing, so we'll put this down. I'll put that right there like that. This, I think, is going to go along the top. Maybe we should have just planned it a little bit better. I think that'll be okay. And we'll just put a little bit of glue along the bottom, okay? And just tuck that under like that. I'm not worried that that overlaps a bit because it will still fit in our envelope, okay? So that's done. Then we'll grab our ribbon. Here it is. This has turned into bigger than Ben-Hur, hasn't it? And we're going to tie a little bow. This looks like it's white satin, so we want a tiny bow. I like my bows small, especially in this instance, just like that. Trim a little tail. We can always cut this back later on if we want to. And we're just going to put that there, I think, Okay, bring in our little mini glue dots. And I think we'll put a couple on just to hold it securely into place. There you go. I'll play around with that later. Now, we're going to fill that hole in with our silver pearls. One. And we'll do 5, One more. Put that away, and now that's the front of our card all done and finished. I quite like that actually. I like the colours. I'm not a purple person, but I like the colours. Now we're going to do our inside. So for our inside, we have to cut these back again. So we're going to cut this back to 4.5. Oh, we don't have a 4.5 there. Silly me. Just like that, and by rights, this should fit in here just perfectly. And look at that, it does. We don't want to see it from the outside, So that means we're going to cut this one back at 4 3/8, like that. And we'll chop some of this off because it's a little bit too wide, and we'll do 1/2 inch, I think. Looks like 1/4 inch actually. So we'll grab our bigger piece, we'll put this down the side like that. Now I'll have all the measurements over on my blog. If you want to head over there, the link will be below, and there'll also be a link to Robbie's blog as well. So be sure to check out to see what she has used and what she's created for her thank you card. We can all do with thank you cards. They're handy to have. So we're just going to stick this on here like that. Just a nice fine border. Now if you didn't have pattern paper, you could stamp an image in the corner. I'll have to move all that, a little bit of ink. Or put a die cut there. Same with your envelope, eh? And we're just going to open this card up. Careful not to overlap the sides, eh? And I like to make sure that the cardstock is in line with each other. Okay, now just get a piece of rubber, and I'm just going to and that is our card for today. A side split card, I think that's what you'd call it. And that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. We got there in the end. Took a little bit of time, but we got there. Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week. See ya. Hooray.